sir. Don't say something.
Most shocking courtroom moments of all time. Within the solemn chambers of the courtroom, history has borne witness to astonishing and sometimes chilling moments that defy expectations. From startling confessions to unpredictable outbursts, these instances stand out as some of the most shocking courtroom moments ever recorded. In this exploration, we unravel the narratives behind these unforgettable events that have left an indelible imprint on the tapestry of legal history, revealing the raw and often unexpected human drama that unfolds within the pursuit of justice. Casey Anthony's not guilty verdict. Investigators strongly believe that Casey Anthony was responsible for the death of her toddler daughter Kaylee in 2008. In court, the prosecution presented evidence that on the family computer, the word chloroform had been searched 84 times, along with the phrase neck breaking. These findings were seen as damaging to Casey's case. However, a twist came when Casey's mother, Cindy, who works as a nurse, testified that she was the one who had conducted the searches related to chloroform. This unexpected revelation created a significant moment in the trial, as it raised questions about who was truly responsible for the searches and, by extension, Kaylee's death. As the trial progressed, the prosecutors seemed confident about the strength of their case. They anticipated a favorable verdict. When the unexpected verdict was announced, acquitting Casey Anthony, the prosecutors were visibly stunned. Even the presiding judge expressed his shock and disbelief during an interview with NBC's Today Show. This surprising turn of events left Casey's own parents leaving the courtroom without saying a word to their daughter, reflecting the emotional impact and complexity of the case. 3 lawyers are locked up during Manson trial. In the trial of Charles Manson and his followers during 1970 to 71, there were instances where the judge, Charles Older, took action against defense lawyers for contempt of court. 3 defense lawyers were separately ordered to be jailed due to their behavior during the trial. The first lawyer to face this consequence was Irving Kanarek, who represented Charles Manson. Kanarek was jailed for his abrupt and disruptive interruptions during the testimony of prosecution witness Linda Kasabian. Following Kanarek, Ronald Hughes, who was the attorney for Manson follower Leslie Van Houten, received a contempt order. This action was taken after Hughes used inappropriate language, specifically a profanity, while addressing prosecutor Vincent Bugliosi. The third defense lawyer to be penalized was Day Shin, who represented Manson follower Susan Atkins. Shin received a 3-night jail sentence for exposing jurors to media coverage of the trial, which was considered a breach of court rules. These incidents reflect the tense and tumultuous atmosphere of the Manson trial, where both the defendants and their legal representation faced challenges in maintaining order and decorum in the courtroom. Ricky Hand throws waste at attorney. Ricky Hand, the defendant in a series of armed robbery cases in Springfield, Ohio, found himself dissatisfied with the outcome of his trial. After pleading guilty to 7 criminal charges, he received a 40-year prison sentence. However, rather than expressing his displeasure in a typical manner, Hand chose an extreme and shocking course of action. During the sentencing, Hand, visibly upset, took out a plastic bottle containing his own faces from his arm sling. In a highly unorthodox and unsanitary move, he threw the contents of the bottle at his own attorney. This unexpected and disruptive act caused a commotion in the courtroom. Promptly, deputies and court officials rushed to restrain Hand, tackling him to prevent any further chaos. Beyond the immediate disruption to the court proceedings, Hand's actions had legal consequences. He faced charges of harassment with bodily substances for each person he hit with the thrown faces. In this case, there were a total of 5 counts corresponding to the individuals affected, including his own attorney. This incident not only added an unusual and disturbing element to the courtroom, but also resulted in additional legal troubles for Ricky Hand, compounding the gravity of the situation. T.J. Lane's egregious lack of remorse. In February 2012, T.J. Lane, a student at Chardon High School in Ohio, carried out a violent rampage that tragically resulted in the loss of 3 students' lives and left 3 others injured. Initially, Lane entered a plea of insanity, but later changed course and admitted guilt to 3 counts of aggravated murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 1 count of felonious assault. During his sentencing hearing, Lane shocked observers by wearing a white t-shirt with the word "killer" emblazoned across it. As the families of the victims shared their heart-wrenching statements, Lane callously smirked. To add to the distress, when given the opportunity to speak, he directed his middle finger at the grieving families and openly mocked the memories of their loved ones. This appalling behavior only heightened the pain experienced by the victims' families. In the end, T.J. Lane received a life sentence without the possibility of parole, marking the culmination of a disturbing and tragic chapter in the community's history. Kaizen Wilkins fakes a heart attack. The most effective means of avoiding imprisonment is undoubtedly refraining from engaging in criminal activities altogether. However, for those who find themselves facing legal troubles, faking a heart attack might seem like a dubious strategy, as demonstrated by an Ohio defendant named Kaizen Wilkins in June 2008. Wilkins was confronting various criminal charges, including felonious assault, and opted to act as his own legal representative during the trial. On the second day of proceedings, while questioning a witness, Wilkins exhibited signs of discomfort and abruptly collapsed to the floor. This dramatic episode suggested that the defendant-cum-attorney was experiencing a heart attack. Despite the apparent severity of the situation, subsequent medical evaluations revealed that Wilkins was, in fact, physically unharmed. Regrettably for Wilkins, his theatrics proved futile. The court was not swayed by the attempted ruse, and he was ultimately found guilty, receiving a 42-year prison sentence. This incident serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of attempting to manipulate the legal system through deceptive tactics. Chaos erupts at Dexter Johnson's sentencing. In June 2007, Dexter Johnson, a 19-year-old, faced a grim fate as he received a death sentence in Harris County, Texas. The sentencing followed a horrifying incident the previous summer when Johnson, along with a group of friends, allegedly carjacked Maria Aparis and her boyfriend, Go. Tragically, Johnson was accused of sexually assaulting Aparis and then brutally murdering the couple. The courtroom reaction to the death sentence was intense. As the verdict was announced, Johnson appeared stunned, sitting down in disbelief. His mother's anguish was palpable as she wailed in response to the severe sentence. However, the atmosphere took a dark turn when Johnson, consumed by a violent rage, erupted in the courtroom. He aggressively knocked down a computer monitor and lunged towards the victim's family. Quick intervention by officers swiftly restrained him, and he was promptly removed from the courtroom. This unsettling episode underscored the emotional and volatile nature of courtroom proceedings, reflecting the gravity of the crimes for which Johnson had been convicted and the profound impact on both the defendants and the victims' families. Michael Marin dies after guilty verdict. In 2009, Michael Marin's Phoenix, Arizona, mansion was destroyed by a fire, leading to charges of arson and insurance fraud against him. Prosecutors argued that Marin had deliberately set fire to his own house due to financial difficulties. Although there were no fatalities in the incident, the legal ramifications were severe, and Marin faced the prospect of significant prison time if convicted. On June 28, 2012, the jury returned with a guilty verdict, and the courtroom witnessed a dramatic and tragic scene. Marin, visibly distressed, dropped his face into his hands and appeared to ingest something. This alarming act was followed by convulsions, prompting immediate medical attention. Marin was swiftly taken to the hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. It was later revealed that, in response to the guilty verdict, Marin had chosen to take his own life by ingesting a lethal dose of cyanide. This shocking turn of events added a somber and unexpected chapter to the legal proceedings, underscoring the profound impact that such high-stakes trials can have on the individuals involved. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the complex and emotional nature of legal proceedings and the devastating consequences they can sometimes entail. Conclusion. In the realm of legal proceedings, the most shocking courtroom moments serve as poignant reminders that the pursuit of justice is a deeply human endeavor, laden with emotions, complexities, and unforeseen twists. These episodes, etched into the records of jurisprudence, highlight the fragility of the courtroom's controlled environment and the potential for the unexpected to disrupt the carefully choreographed legal proceedings. As we reflect on these extraordinary instances, we are confronted with the realization that even within the structured confines of the law, the human spirit can manifest in ways that both captivate and unsettle, shaping the narrative of justice in ways we could never anticipate. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.